It's not impossible that you write a math exam and you finish on time. It is not impossible. It is very, very possible. It is very, very possible. So the reason why I'm actually coming up with this now, we call it effective time management hack for a mathematics exam. That means, what can I do differently as I'm approaching this exam? What can I do differently to ensure that I finish on time? You know, today is a very painful thing if you know something and you're unable to write it down. It's very, very painful. I don't know about you, but for me, it pains me a whole lot. I know something, but I was unable to write it down because the villagers came around and collected my script. Why? Time up. That's very, very bad. So how do you solve this kind of problem? So that explains why I'm coming up with these 3 things to help you. How many did I call you? Just 3. And then it will actually change the story for you. What's the very first thing you have to do? The very first thing is how that you prepare very well for the exam. That's all the truth. Do you get that? How do I know? Now, for instance, if I give you a question, a mathematics question, and you don't have idea about the question at all, even if I give you 1 year, you cannot finish it. Can you? 1 year will not be enough for you to actually answer the question because you don't know it. Yes or yes? Do you get that? If you're giving a question and you're giving, let's say, 30 hours, but because you don't know the question, even if they multiply the number of hours, the first thing remains, you don't know it and you won't be able to finish it on time. Do you get that? That will mean that the very first thing you are supposed to do is what? Before your exam, prepare very, very well. Study hard. That explains why I was actually sharing with you how that you can effectively prepare for your forthcoming exam. Just to share with you tips on how you can do that. But then I will just ensure I complete that so that you know what to do. Hope you got that. That means, what's the very first thing I said now? What's the first thing? What's the first thing? Is that? Observe the word. Very well. Give it your best. Practice question. Go and meet your friends. Enroll for tutorial. Just prepare very well for the exam. Now, the number 2 thing is how that when you're giving a question, many of you make this mistake. You actually just start with probably number 1, or you just want to follow the sequence they gave you. You don't want to do probably you want to just put all right yourself. Let me start with number 1. No, it's not a crime if you start answering your question from number 6. Hope you are listening. It is not a crime if you start asking your question number 6. Why will you go for number 6? That means you start with the question you understand, you know. Do you get that? Start answering the questions you want, you know. Because that will really save you a lot of time. Hope you got that. Start with familiar questions, the one you know, the one that you know that you can easily answer. Now, it will not be very, very foolish. For instance, if you now having question 1A, 1B, 1C, 2A, 2A, 2B, 2C, and you now started with question 2B. The next thing you're now doing, you're now answering question 1A. That's foolish. No. If you're answering question 1, finish question 1, then go to question 6 that you know. So what I'm saying in essence is that start with familiar questions that you know that what you can answer easily. So when you are done with all of that, you now go for the questions that you don't really know. Just attempt it. Do what you know and then you leave the rest. Do you get that? Do you get that? That means you go, and for instance now, for your MTH 111, you'll be given 6 questions. You'll be given how many questions? 6 questions, and you are expected to answer any 4. How many? Just 4 questions. Any 4 of your choice. I'm not mandating anyone. Just any 4. So you can decide to do 1, 3, 4, 5. You can decide to do 2, 6, 7, or just go for the 4 that you know. So what's the second thing we said now? What's the second thing we said? Is that? He said, start with questions well known to you, right? or you say familiar question, you start with questions known to you. Solve that first, because by the time you are solving the ones you don't know, that will actually take your time. Now the last one, the foolish thing that many of you need to stop doing, which is very very stupid and useless. How do I mean? You are given a question. Why on earth? Why? I'm asking everybody because all of you are victims of this. Why? Maka, why? Why are you rewriting the question? Why are you rewriting the question? That's one thing I observe in your test. Listen, all of you spend about 10 minutes rewriting the question. Am I not the one that give you the question? Don't I have it? I have the question. Why are you not rewriting it? Because what you need to understand is that the only thing I have marks for is answer. I don't have marks for question. So whether you just, when you are doing that, you are wasting your energy, you are wasting your time, and it's not productive. Do you get that? So why are you rewriting? Stop that. Stop rewriting question. Many people will actually even go as far as you write the question from number. It's just useless. When you are giving question like that, it's for you to think about it and then what? Start answering. Do you get that? Then you don't need to rewrite the question. Hope you got that. So you stop what? You stop rewriting those questions. What is the expected of you to answer it? Do you get that? Go ahead and what? Answer it. So that will actually save your time, because some of the questions are very very long. Looking at what you are actually doing, some of the questions that they are very very long. Trying to, for instance now on combination, some of them will just give you this and this select. So you don't need to rewrite all of those. Hope that is clear. Hope it is clear. So with this now, I believe that it will actually help you to manage your time effectively when it comes to writing mathematics exam or any exam at all. And if you apply this, I'm very sure you'll be done at least 15 minutes before the given time. So what's the first thing we said again? What's the first thing we said? You prepare very well. The second thing? We start the question that you know, right? And the last thing that you need to stop doing. Okay, thank you. Any questions about that? Any question? Hope it's clear. Any question?